Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. How are you?
Good, good.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, same to you also.
Thank you, and happy holidays.
Yeah, likewise.
We're filling up pretty quickly here. This is good. Good morning, Eliza. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Happy holidays to you.
You as well. To everyone here. Thank you.
Yeah, I never got an agenda. Did you put one out?
Oh, I resent it to you. I sent it to you twice, as well as to Amanda. Did you not get it yesterday, this morning, and last week?
It's supposed to be automating it. I don't know if it got called.
I can resend it right now if you'd like.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Sure. Be right back.
Hi, Eliza. How are you?
Hello. I'm pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. You all set for Christmas? Got the kids all their toys?
No.
No.
No. I got a few more days, right?
You got a few, yeah.
They're 17 and 14. They just want expensive stuff. I wish it was toys.
Yeah, I remember it well, and then with the elder grandkids, the same thing.
I just forwarded it to you again.
Okay, thanks.
It has some updates on it, so it looks like Megan's gonna be covering items 1 and 2 on the speakers, and then the rest, pretty straightforward.
Where'd you send it to?
A
Sal-
Salvatore.
Okay, I don't see it.
Oh, it's not coming through? I sent a couple of times, so I sent it actually last week, yesterday, and an updated version this morning. Is there another email address that I should use?
No, I'll try it. I'll give it a few and see if it comes.
Okay, and Amanda has a copy too, if that helps.
We can share it on the screen. I was able to make it. If that'd be helpful.
What a shock!
Morning.
You are here, Sam.
Yeah, I was just able to make it.
Good for you.
I was ready, Sam, just so you know.
Good morning.
Morning.
So my staff person Brian, who did most of the audit, he's here. I don't see him. I don't see his picture. There he is.
There it is.
Brian is here. Yep.
I'm here. Are you still muted?
No, I'm unmuted.
Okay. So I'm Martin Henry. I'm a partner at HRT Advisors. Brian is our senior audit associate, and he actually performed most of the work. I reviewed all of the work. He did have a little bit of help. And he has expressed a desire to present the audit to you.
So let me share my screen. Okay. Well, I had a little.
Okay, one second, Sam. We got a quorum yet? You're muted.
Yeah, we're still down. I think one member. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm texting with Norm. He's either coming or his alternate Carrie is going to be attending. So let's just wait another minute. I think I count eight towns. We need 9.
Okay. We need just to wait a minute until we get a quorum.
Yep. Well,
No problem. No problem.
Not sure if you saw in the updated, Bob McGarry is unable to make it. He was originally coming. But as of yesterday, we had 12 people coming, including Bob, so it should be 11.
Bob might be at the HK holiday show TV.
Oh,
Haddam Killenworth High School holiday show.
And it's only 1 minute. It's only 1 minute after 9:30. So I think we can wait another minute, and we'll get. You just need one more CEO to start the meeting.
Carol Jones.
Carol's joining.
I'll
Carol
text her.
Jones.
I'll
Okay.
ask her, Sam. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, and I'm not sure where David Cox is.
So we're still one down, right?
One.
Sam, I can, or Tony, I can text Dave if you'd like.
Yeah.
Bob from
Right.
Middlefield, let's see.
Yeah, Middlefield was also expected, and so was Old Lyme. So, and who from the auditors going to be presenting? Is it going to be Brian? Do you need to share your screen?
Yeah, I do. I mean, if possible, I do have a little.
Yeah. So Elizabeth, if you could make him a co-host, please.
Absolutely.
Carol Jones is trying to join. She's having problems. I don't know if she needs the panelist message to click in.
She is not showing up
Yeah.
there yet.
If someone could resend the invite to everyone, just
Yeah.
Norm is saying yes to my request that either he or his alternate show up. So hopefully they will.
Carol can also just join on the link that's on the agenda, and we can promote her.
We're gonna try to round up one more town. So I just texted Norm to please log in so we can start the meeting. So
Dave's ignoring my text.
oh. David, I'm not sure if you have Martha's cell phone. I
She's
don't.
in.
If you could. Oh, great.
Okay.
Oh, here's Martha.
Yep,
We now have.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order at 9:35. Sam, you want to call the roll?
Unmute myself. All right. So yeah. All right. So from Chester, Cindy Lignar. You're here. Clinton, Michelle Benivenia. She is not here. Cromwell, Anthony Salvatore.
Here.
Deep River, Carol Doak Jones is not here. Durham, Brendan Ray.
Here.
East Haddam, Irene Haynes.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. East Hampton, David Cox is not here. Essex, Norm Edelman or Carrie Duquesne is not here. Haddam, Robert McGarry is not here. Killingworth, Eric Couture. He is here. I did see him. Lyme, David Lum.
Here.
He is here. Middlefield, Bobby Aratino is expected, but not here yet. Middletown, Ben Florsheim is not expected. Old Lyme, Martha Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Welcome. Old Saybrook, Carl Fortuna. He is here. Portland, Ron Curley. I don't think he's here. And Westbrook, John Hall.
Good
He
morning.
is here. Good morning. I don't see either Joe Comerford or Darlene Briggs for the MPO. And then I'll just introduce staff. Sam Gold, Elizabeth Rolson. We have Eliza Lopresti, Megan Juplis, Paul Fernald, Kevin Armstrong, Rob Harrimet, and maybe others in the office I can't see. And then joining us from our auditor is Martin Henry and Brian Hawes. And that's it for introductions and roll call, Mr. Chair.
Sam, I just wanted to let you know Carol Jones from Deep River joined.
Oh, welcome.
Okay. I'm going to call on Brian now to give the presentation on the audit. Brian, if you would, please.
Thank you. Thank you. So I will just share my screen here real quick. Okay, so as my partner Martin,
If you don't mind zooming in a little bit, it's
Oh.
it's a little small on our screens. Yeah.
how's
Yeah. Okay.
how's
Yeah,
that
that's
good?
much better. Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, sweet. So as Martin mentioned, my name is Brian Hawes. I was the senior accountant who performed the majority of the work throughout this audit, and then also Martin Henry. He's the audit partner, quality control, did most of the review and helped me out in areas when I needed it. So to get started, basically before we even start taking a look at any of the trial balance accounts, any of the financial information, numbers, anything like that, the first thing we start with is our planning, risk assessment, and preliminary account testing. So this year, while we were going through our planning, it's a new standard as auditors that we have to identify one significant risk throughout the audit to test. And in this case, we selected improper revenue recognition as a significant risk. It doesn't mean that to cut to the end, we didn't find any instances of improper revenue recognition throughout the audit at all. There was no implications of improper revenue recognition, and obviously no audit evidence to suggest improper revenue recognition is occurring. It's simply a risk that we identify and that we test to ensure that there's no evidence found throughout the year. And then additionally, our audit risk assessment didn't identify any other unusual risks throughout the audit. So just some results and some highlights of the numbers from this year are the total assets was about 2.2 million. Total liabilities was about 445,000. RiverCOG's total net position rounded out at about 1.8 million, which is an increase of about 200,000 compared to the prior year. So there's a very strong net position here. Of that net position of that 1.8 million, 19,000, about 20,000 of that is invested in capital assets. And then also of that 1.8 million, 164,000 is restricted to the household hazardous waste and recycling program. So the remaining 1.6 is considered unrestricted. Throughout the audit, we had no required use, nor did we use any specialists. The required communications. So communications were required at the beginning of the audit, were all contained in the engagement letter. And then all required communications at the end of the engagement were contained in the letter to those charged with governance, which was sent out as well. So now to kind of go over the results of the audit. So our audit's broken out into 4 sections here. So there's the audit of the basic financial statements. We presented an unmodified GAAP opinion. No entries were recommended as a result of this audit. So it was very, as always, very clean, very organized books. Our report on compliance and internal controls, there were no significant deficiencies or material weaknesses to report, as well as no non-compliances reported as well. We also conducted a federal and state single audit. Both of those also received unmodified opinions. No findings, question costs, or unexplained differences were noted throughout either of those testing for the state and the federal. And then finally, we also took a look at the statement of direct labor, fringe benefits, and general overhead, the BFO. That report also received an unmodified opinion with no irregularities, exceptions, or question costs noted as well. As mentioned earlier, throughout the audit, we work very closely with management throughout the entire process, but we don't utilize any outside accountants or specialists for any areas of the audit. So just to go over some required communications, there were no changes this year in accounting principles. There were no disagreements with management on the financial accounting or reporting processes. There were no major issues discussed with management or the organization prior to retaining this engagement for another year. There were no consultations with other accountants. There were no difficulties encountered throughout the audit. It was very clean and easy. Material errors, irregularities, or illegal acts, none were identified. Significant financial statement disclosures omitted. There were no disclosures that were omitted or missing. There were no corrected misstatements that we had to deal with, as well as there were no material alternative accounting treatments used, and there were no material weaknesses in internal controls. So the representation letter was provided to us prior to the release of the financial statements. That would be the management rep letter. And then finally, some significant estimates. This organization doesn't lend themselves typically to the use of estimates. The only real estimate that would be considered material to the financial statements would be the estimated useful life of fixed assets. So, and then just to round it out, we got some fraud considerations. So we inquired and talked with management throughout the audit about the risks of fraud. No instances of fraud were noted. We considered the unusual or unexpected relationships that have been identified in performing analytical procedures in the planning of the audit. So again, at the beginning, we take a look at the number fluctuations year over year, and kind of just investigate any fluctuations that look a little high, or variance was increased year over year. Throughout our analytical testing and account testing, no issues or unexplained differences or material misstatements were noted throughout the audit. We considered whether fraud risk factors existed. And again, as mentioned previously, no instances of fraud were noted throughout the entire audit. And then we just consider other information gathered throughout the audit that would be indicative of fraud. And of course, there's no indications of fraud or misstatements, anything like that. We also examined journal entries and other adjustments for evidence of possible material misstatements due to fraud. We used risk buckets to determine which entries to test and what accounts to kind of look at. Again, no fraud was noted. We reviewed accounting estimates for biases that could result in a material misstatement due to fraud, including a retrospective review of the prior year's estimates. So we took a look at, as we do every year, the fixed asset list and depreciation schedule for RiverCOG. No issues were noted. And then the evaluation of the business rationale of significant and unusual transactions. So there were no unusual or significantly unusual transactions noted throughout the audit as well. So we just have some trending financial results for you guys that we kind of put together. So here we have the assets, liabilities, and net position from 2021 through 2024. As you can see, the assets have steadily increased year over year, as well as the net position. The entity has strong asset and cash balance, as well as a strong net position. So we have cash and receivables. Again, you can see cash has increased year over year, and receivables have remained somewhat consistent year over year for the last 4 years, with 2024 being a little bit higher than the previous years. We also have a breakout of the revenue by source. So we got the federal government making up the majority of RiverCOG's revenues, with the state and local governments pretty much remaining consistent year over year. And then finally, we have our expense breakout, which make up direct salaries, consultants, equipment, other direct expenses, amortization, depreciation, and then some indirect costs that are not allocated directly to federal state programs. So that's basically all we have for you guys. So I'd like to, if anyone has any questions or concerns, I'd love to chat about them or hear them. Otherwise, thank you guys for allowing me to be Martin and I to be here and present the audit results for you guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. First, I'd like to say, I'd like to commend Paula and for the outstanding report that we just received, as well as Sam and staff. I think it speaks volume for our staff and specifically Paula. So I want to say my appreciation. I'll open it up now for any questions that anyone may have of the auditors. Anyone have a question? Okay, seeing none. Am I correct? No one? Okay, if I don't have any questions, thank you very much. Outstanding report. And again, I can't compliment staff enough, especially Paula. And with that, I will take a motion to accept the auditor's report.
So moved.
Second.
Irene, second by Carl. Any further discussion?
I'll just say that I just want to also add my thanks to Paula. This is an A+. So thank you, Paula, for all the work you do. And we really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So with that, we have a motion. We have a second. No further discussion. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We appreciate it. And with that, I will take a motion to adjourn at 9:49.
So
Carl, and second by,
Carol. Okay, all right.
okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Any opposed?
Thank you, everyone.
Happy
I'm sure there
holidays,
isn't.
everybody.
Happy
you.
holidays, everyone.
And we'll see you in January.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Everyone,
Thank you.
enjoy the holidays. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye.